Just the two of us.
Yes.
We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Yes.
Back in business. None of that guest shite that everybody hates.
Yeah, everybody hates it. And I tell you what, I like it when it's back just the two of us, because then you pipe down. Because you get, and it's a very interesting sociological observation to make, that when you get any support at all around,
I can flourish.
No, you don't.
I can blossom like a flower.
You don't blossom, or you don't flourish. You just you try to
I just need
them.
love. I need love and support.
No, you try to get them to gang up on me
to reach my full potential.
No, you change. Your, as soon as you get any support, you have a fucking. You try to have a go at me.
Yeah, but you gang up on me every week.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. You need these fucking people, and to be fair to them, they will go with you because they know they can't gang up with me, because that'd be like joining Genghis Khan.
It's because of the charisma.
Huh? Whose charisma?
Me.
It's not because you're charisma. It's because
I have a magnetism. Even though they're sat so far away from me, they just know that I'm the side that they want to be on.
Well, they want to be on your side because, let's be honest, in like 10 years you'll help their career or something. But
do you know what I'd call you?
What?
Genghis can't.
Shut up. Shut up. No, I'm a dominant, threatening figure. They can't like side with me because it'd be too much of a massacre of you. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like clearly the fucking big dog alpha.
Who stopped Genghis Khan? I'm whoever that is. Joan of Arc?
Who stopped? You think Joan of Arc stopped Genghis Khan? She got burnt at a stake, lad, for being a witch. She didn't do sweet fuck all.
Yeah, but then he lost the people when he burned Joan of Arc at stake.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
That would have absolutely been catnip to his followers. They would have loved that. His group, it was literally Genghis Khan's little army. It was taboo not to rape.
Hashtag burn that bitch.
Huh?
Hashtag burn that bitch.
Absolutely hashtag burn that bitch. They would have absolutely made little Joan of Arc sandwiches. They would have little done dances.
She would have been like...
Oh yeah, I'm the spit that have a bit of coleslaw,
yeah,
bit of Joan of Arc.
brioche buns.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, speaking of that, lad, I got a fucking... So I was in Birmingham over the weekend, and I was on the way back on the Saturday night, and I was walking back with another comic. But I hadn't really... do you know what? I went into fucking the club on Saturday night, and it was only 8:15, right? I'm early actually, because I'm only going on at like 9:20 because I'm closing the fucking thing.
Closing the show.
Did you ever hear that? No.
Unfollowable young man.
There you go. Closing the show. So anyway, I goes in.
You never really know what to do when I am supportive and I'm happy for you for stuff.
No, I don't. I don't like it. That's not my natural habitat. I want combativeness. I live in a constant state of war.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I goes in. The kitchen's fucking closed. It's 8:15. I'm like, you fucking joking? I want a pizza or a burger, you slugs.
I get them to make me a weird salad at the Glees.
What's a weird salad? It's just like,
they do like popcorn. I get them to make me a popcorn chicken salad.
It does like a salad that just has like weird Al Yankovic in it. Anyway, you know what? I haven't started well.
Weird salad at Vankovic.
Yeah, there you go. You salvaged it. Fair play to you for that. What would you get into weird salads?
Well, basically, because you basically at places like that, when I'm trying to eat healthy, it's really hard. But you're like, there's free food there. I should just go to the comedy club for the food. But they just do burgers or and then you think the chicken katsu curry from Birmingham Glee Comedy Club. I don't think that's going to be great.
Nah,
you know. So I get them to basically do like the popcorn chicken, which is like deep fried chicken.
Sick.
But then they basically make me a salad out of like just the salady bits that they would put in the burgers.
Yeah.
So it's a really strange salad of like tomatoes sliced in a way that you would never have them.
Yeah,
for a salad ever, like big discs of tomato, like just on top of like lettuce and red onion and stuff. So it's just this kind of awful meal that nobody wants.
Yeah, I don't. I just have accepted, because I always have that thing where I'm like the same as you. I'm like, do you know what? I should be eating healthy and blah 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 blah. And now I've just given up. Like last night. So that night in Birmingham, on my way back, because they didn't give me any food, and I was fucking hungry after my set. Didn't like that. And then I'm on my way back. And I'm like, right, well, I'm getting a fucking kebab. I go into the kebab place. I order a fucking kebab. Listen to what this fucking maverick does, right? He gets all the kebab meat, puts it in a little fucking box, puts sauce on it and salad. I'm like, yeah, great. In my head, I'm like, what in the fucking world are you doing this for? Then he gets the bread and he wraps that in a separate thing and gives me the thing to like, I was like, why What, do I just make this myself? He's like, yes. I was like, you lazy bastard.
This is an outside of London thing. They have a different attitude to kebabs outside of London.
It's one of the laziest things I've ever seen in my life.
It's very weird. And you can't get like, because my favourite thing at a kebab is like a wrap, as in like a tortilla rather than like a pita.
Yeah.
Because I think the bread's just like too much.
Oh, let me tell you, this bread's been there since fucking May.
Yeah, it's stiff.
Oh, lad, it was fucking crumbly. It was like a bun that's been in a tin for 10 years. It was I couldn't believe it.
I think that was a simile that was like two things that are just so aggressively already similar.
Yeah.
It's like that bread that has been there for 10 years was like a bun that had been there for 10 years.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying that I'm firing on all cylinders today, all right? I said there was Weird Al Yankovic was in your salad.
It's very early.
All right? It is very fucking early. It's 9:30. Cut me a break. I'll cut you a break and we'll give the illusion of competence. But if you just keep calling me out for being a fucking dumb cunt, then I'm going to call you out for being a dumb cunt, and that's what the whole podcast is going to be. All right? You're smart, I'm smart. This is witty banter.
But it's just so funny to compare it to something that's so obviously similar. I mean, like Shakespeare being like, the woman I love is like her sister,
who I also love. Yeah. Did I claim to be Shakespeare? No, I compared bread to a bun. I'm not a fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not a wordsmith. I wouldn't be here with you if I was.
What?
No. I'd be writing for The Guardian.
Do you think one day
calling people like you a racist? If I had any way with words, that's what I'd be doing.
Do you think, you know the way there's like a poet laureate who is like the king poet of all the poets in the UK?
Is that what a poet laureate is? He's the king poet of all the poets.
Or she?
Huh?
Queen poet?
No, he. Because all the female poets killed themselves.
Because they can't handle the emotions?
No, because they're just like, because they're like, I'll never be as good as Wordsworth.
Tell you who I wish would fucking kill herself, Rupi Kaur.
Who the hell is she?
Oh my God.
Her name's Rupi.
Rupi.
That's a currency, not a name.
What other poets do you like? Ian McGee?
Yeah. Swiss Frank Shaughnessy.
Frank's a name.
I know. That's why I said Swiss Frank, you cunt. Because I thought of Frank and I was like, no, that's an actual name. So then I said Swiss Frank because I'm good. Now, Rupi, what's her deal?
She writes these extremely accessible poems, like where she's like an Instagram poet.
Right.
And
the most respected type of poet.
Yeah, and do you know the poem that they have like
Here's
weird...
a poem, it's called A Picture of My Tits. Nice. Come on. Actually, I am fucking on fire today.
There is a poetry and a lyricism to tits, I think.
Yeah.
But did you know, like weird line spacing, like weird numbers of spaces between, like, and then like a word will just be like over there?
Yeah.
It's like, I was walking through a forest of life alone. And it's just like...
Yeah.
You've just made me read that in an impactful way. It doesn't nothing good happen there.
Yeah. Like what I would do is I would show her a Seamus Heaney poem that says like, because it rhymes. He has ones that rhyme. And they rhyme and they're impactful. I mean, if it doesn't rhyme, sorry, but have you just not said 4 3-line sentences? I know I'm talking to a poet here who doesn't rhyme that much. None
of my poems rhyme.
Yeah, but then to me, then it's not really a poem, is it? You've just shit some words out on a page. How is it even impressive if you've not made it fucking rhyme? Imagine if a rapper just didn't have any of his stuff rhyme. That's what's impressive, is that you're making it rhyme. That's why Eminem is great, because it's like it's hard to make points and make stuff rhyme. But you've just decided to write a sentence after another sentence and call it a poem. That's not a poem.
Extremely impactful, dense with meaning.
No, but then make it right. It's like making a point on stage if you're a comedian without making it funny. It's just like, I'm just going to say the thing. Yeah, well, that's easy to just say it. I could just say it. I could go out and do what you did and be like, oh, racism's bad. I could do that. I could say that.
I love how the thing of my show has changed from I went to see a play and I cried to...
Racism's not good. I've recently found out racism's bad. And if you remember earlier, I cried at a play, so I'm doubly good person. Fuck off. So what I'm saying to you is this. Nonsense. If you're not going to make your poem rhyme, then don't, like, you know what I mean? Then it's not a poem.
It is a poem.
How is it, though?
You've willed it to be a poem.
No, you've just fucking written down some fucking nonsense. No offense, I've heard your poems. Nonsense. And then you've like, here's a poem. And then everyone, because nobody can be rude enough to say, it's obviously not a poem because it doesn't rhyme, Vittorio, you stupid bastard. Everyone has to be like, oh, yeah, well done, Vittorio, for writing a sentence after another sentence.
But dense with meaning, you're missing this bit.
But where's the meaning? What is the meaning?
Depends on the poem.
Huh?
Depends on the poem.
Yeah, but I've heard you say a good few poems now at this stage. Not one, I would say they're dense. But I wouldn't say there's a fucking shred of meaning there, old friend. And that's what I'd say about you in general. Dense.
Dense with no meaning?
Just dense with no meaning whatsoever. I look into your eyes and I can just feel a thick density.
My next YouTube special, dense with no meaning.
Dense with no meaning, lad. But I do think that is a very strong opinion I have.
If I was a Batman villain, I'd be called Harvey Dent.
The Incredible Cunt, by any chance? Yes, it's the Incredible Cunt. He's back again.
Harvey Dent.
Huh?
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. That's very good, actually. Could
a dance fella do that? Could a dance fella come up with such beautiful riffs as Harvey Dance?
Well, see, this is the kind of thing, if you'd put into your poems, then you'd be like, it's a poem. If you put
if I put Harvey Dance into a poem,
absolutely.
It would be a poem.
Harvey Dance, he jumped over a fence, right?
And that's better than...
It's better than the shite you said that has no rhyme, no meaning, self-indulgent crap. This is what I'm saying. This is the problem with comedy now as well. People are just going out and saying, oh, racism's bad, and people are like, eh. And it's like, yeah, but if you actually demonstrated that in a bit that was funny, then that would actually be the fucking thing. That'd be the art form. You'd be like, oh, that was great. That's like something Louis C.K. does. But people just come out and make poems that don't rhyme, and everyone's going to be like, yeah. And they make fucking comedy that there's no joke. Right? What the fuck? Yeah?
I don't think I'm guilty of having no jokes in my comedy.
You don't have one joke in that special.
I'm aware of the aspersions that you're casting.
Yes.
That as my tour is about to go on sale.
There's no jokes in the whole thing. Wait till you see. You thought there was no jokes in translations. Wait till you see this new one. Fucking hell. It's a barren wasteland. There's
loads of jokes. That's why it wasn't as well reviewed as translations.
Yeah, well, the translations did get better reviews, and I would say the second show is better.
Yeah,
a better show.
Yeah,
but they're both good. They're both good shows. But anyway, and it's doing very well on YouTube, which I'm actually genuinely really happy for Vittorio about. I know I am, but let me tell you this though.
You have to be on belief.
So I got the
HIV.
I got the HIV, and I got the AIDS. No, I got this fucking, the kebab. He wraps up the fucking bread.
Good job pulling that back. Fuck no.
Yeah, I know. I pulled that back right from my fucking anus and just deep into my fucking arsehole. I had to pull that back. But
that's probably where the kebab is.
It fucking lodged, lad, because that bread, I went back, because in my head, when he wrapped up the bread separately to the kebab meat, I says to myself, this man's a joker, this man's a bluffer, this man's a fraud. He wouldn't work to warm himself. If there was work in the bed, he'd sleep on the floor. Lazy cunt. Fill the kebab. I have to fill the kebab. I have to work in a kebab shop now because you don't want to fucking fill the sandwich with kebab.
Some kind of Swedish kebab shop?
Yeah.
IKEA,
absolutely. Now you're going. Put that in the poem. The IKEA thing. Anything except the shit that you wrote down. But I'm sad and there are leaves on trees or whatever the fuck you wrote. Anyway, that was the main thing, wasn't it? I'm sad and there are leaves on trees. And they rustle in the wind.
The reason I brought up poetry before is I was wondering if, because obviously that was like the art form of the time, and that was like there's
of what time?
Of the half two?
Huh? What? Half two? It was the art form of 2:45.
But no, like the 1700s, 1800s, so they had thought like, we got to have King Poet of the UK. And they've got like a laureate, which is like just the big author of the UK or something.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if it's going to adapt and change to more...
So what is the Poet Laureate? You're saying that's King of the Poets.
Like, I think for like a year...
Like that's an
it's
empire
like
of dust, if there ever was one. Being King of the Poets. That's what Johnny Cash was, my empire of dust.
Yeah.
He was a Poet Laureate when he wrote that. Or
He
whoever
didn't
wrote
write that.
No, he didn't. It was 9 Inch Nails.
Tom Petty, I think.
It was not Tom fucking Petty, you dope. Don't ever say that again.
Or was That's I Won't Back Down? That was Tom Petty, was it?
Yeah, that's a completely different song. Don't say it as if like, oh, that was similar.
Also covered by Johnny Cash.
Did he do it? Won't Back Down?
Yeah.
Really?
Did
he really?
Yeah.
I do like I Won't Back Down.
Yeah.
I used to say...
It's better when Johnny Cash does it. True of all songs.
Yeah, that's right. And I won't back down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
sick.
great.
I haven't even
You can
heard that
stand
cover,
me
lads.
up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down.
I'd say when Tom Petty heard that, that's what killed him.
Yeah. I
Compare.
thought it would be the bullets.
Petty is dead duck.
Did he shoot himself in the head?
No. I don't think so. I think did he kill himself, or it could have been drugs. I think he was absolutely slapping the drugs up his hole.
That's what he said. He was faced with a load of with too much drugs, and he said, "I won't back down."
And I won't, just a big political game, and I won't back down. Just like a very victorious way to die.
What would be because Johnny Cash just blows people out of the water. It's so sad that like they wrote these songs
So
that they
sad.
were dead.
Here's the next show now.
They were dead.
It's going to be about Johnny Cash covers.
They were just
so sad.
But they were just dead chuffed with this song that they'd worked. And it's obviously lyrically like brilliant or whatever. And then just Cash comes in and makes them look a fool.
Yeah.
Just has so much more meaning because his wife died.
Yeah, I think that was it. It's like after his wife died, Johnny kind of accessed a lower octave.
Yeah.
In his fucking thing, to where he started going from here to like this, like low thing, and
wearing
then
all
just
black.
Yeah, and then
Very sexy, very slimming.
Every song he sang after that just had this fucking dead wife fucking ring to
Potency,
it, and everyone was jizzing everywhere.
But do you think it's true of like any, like you could just present Johnny Cash with any song?
Well, like I think,
Like if he was like voulez-vous.
oh fucking hell! Oh, night fever, you know how to do it.
Boogie Wonderland. Bum 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 ba-dum.
Here comes the sun.
No, that would be great. He would kill that. He would kill that song so hard.
Yeah.
That's it. You gotta have. It's got to be such a bad song for Johnny Cash not to make it brilliant.
Yeah.
It's got to be like
we are never ever getting back together.
Because she died.
Yeah. My wife is dead.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
To the window. To the floor. The sweat drips down my balls. All you bitches cry.
Oh, skeet, motherfucker.
Although it is just like, you can put any rap song if we do it, it's going to be kind of funny, but we're being hack. You know what I mean?
Rap allowed.
Yeah, no rap allowed.
Underground, overground, wombling free. Wombles of Wimbledon, common are we? Yeah, he would just kill it, man.
What the fuck was that last song you sang?
You've never heard of the Wombles?
Wombley? Is that like some song by like cartoon moles? What was that?
Yes.
Is it?
That's the theme tune of the Wombles.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I was thinking that was cartoon moles. I knew, like, how did you go to cartoon moles? As soon as you said, okay, no rap song, this next thing that came in your head was, okay, straight to cartoon fucking moles.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. But, Johnny, so did you know that his career got revised? Basically, it was Rick Rubin Sandwich.
Whoa.
Yeah, the big famous producer. He started Def Jam Records.
Who am I thinking of?
White man.
No, who am I thinking of? The wrestler that goes, whoa!
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
You're doing, woo! Imagine he revived Johnny Cash's career. Just,
my wife died.
Woo! My empire of dirt. Woo! Yeah, Hurt. Johnny Cash featuring Ric Flair.
Rick Rubin. We've spoken about him before. Big beard. Never say anything positive to him because it'll affect his creative process.
That's right. But so Rick is a producer of music, like the most famous maybe producer alive. Doesn't play any instruments, can't use a sound desk, nothing.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way he's the most famous producer alive. I think you're wrong about that.
No, Rick Rubin, lad. Who's more famous?
Kanye West, Pharrell Williams, Dr. Dre.
He's the fourth famousest producer alive. You're right about all of them are more famous. You immediately disproved my point, and I can't even argue it. Well done. None
of them have been on Rogan. Kanye's been on Rogan. But,
yeah. But he's the most legendary then, right? And he's
esteemed.
Yeah.
But so this is the whole thing. He doesn't play any instruments. He doesn't know how to work a sound desk. He's just got good vibes.
Oh, he's great vibes, lad. But he's great vibes, and he like
wisdom.
And he like kind of spreads incense around the room, and he has like monks chanting in his attic, and he has children screaming in his basement, and he just creates this.
That's yin and yang.
Yeah, this vibe.
Monks chanting, children screaming.
Yes, he has Anne Frank's corpse hanging in the living room. He has a few unorthodox methods.
Do you think Anne Frank in like the 50s
and
was
Swiss Frank? Come on, there we go. Now we're cooking with sauce. Go on, tell me your Anne Frank thoughts.
Do you know the way it's kind of like lots of comedians do like Madeleine McCann jokes for ages and ages, and that was like oh god, flipping another Madeleine McCann joke.
Yeah, I've got a line in my show at the minute.
Yeah, I had one in my last show, but it's just like it's funny to document.
Madeleine McCann. Genghis Madeleine McCann. No, sorry. Go on, continue.
But do you think there was a time in like stand-up comedy in the 50s where everyone was like, oh, flip's sake, he's doing an Anne Frank joke now?
There's a time in the 2023 that we're saying they're doing an Anne Frank joke now. We're still doing them. Yeah,
well, there was that classic as useful as Anne Frank's drum kit.
Oh,
that's one of those lines. The first time I heard it, I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And then you realize it's been done 1,000 times.
That's right.
It's the classic, where'd you learn to whisper in a helicopter?
Yeah, people love that one.
And the first time you hear it, you're like,
yeah.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
The imagery of that, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And then someone goes, no.
That's right. Well, that one, where'd you learn to whisper in a helicopter, which a lot of MCs say to people who are talking loudly, and the crowd all laughs and goes, that's a wonderful joke. How did he come up with that on the spot? And it's because he's heard a million other people do it.
Yeah.
But someone was the first person to come up with that, and they must be a little annoyed that it's been absolutely
What if it was Anne Frank talking to her mum?
That said, where did you learn to whisper? In a helicopter.
That's how they get caught.
Yeah, absolute. That's because the Nazis were looking. Where did you run to whisper? A fucking helicopter. There's Nazis downstairs, you stupid bitch. And I'm trying to write in my diary. Now back to my thoughts. I've got big tits. Did she write that in her diary by any chance? Was that one of her entries?
No, I don't think she had.
I've got massive knockers and it hurts my back.
I don't think she had tits yet, and that's the real tragedy.
Yeah. Was she hot, Anne Frank? Not to fucking...
No, she was a child.
Huh?
She was a child.
The question stands.
I think she got found when she was like 10 or something.
How would you fuck off? She did not, lad.
Maybe 13. Look
that up there, Conal, will you?
When did she get scooped?
When did she get scooped up? like a piece of strawberry ice cream. I bet she was older.
16.
16! She was young, hot, legal in the UK. 16 is the legal age. Rusty Brand was with the 16-year-old.
Russell Brand would have fucked Anne Frank.
Yeah, he would. Would have been pulling up outside the fucking thing, outside her house, outside her school, outside her attic. He would have pulled up in his car outside of her attic.
The Nazis looking around, and Russell Brand's like, all right, fellas.
Where's Annie Fanny? Annie Fanny, you in there? This is the worst Russell Brand impression ever. You in there? Because I want to fuck you, because I fuck everyone. Way, yoo! Which for years we thought was the funniest joke ever made.
Yes, we all thought that. We were all like, geez, what a cool fella.
The British public thought that Russell Brand being like, I fucked you.
Do you know one of the weirdest bits in that documentary was when he was running down the street, like very early on.
I didn't see the start of it yet. I only saw the
trousers
end of
round
it.
his ankles.
Yeah.
And he's, but like tidy whities on. And he's just pissing himself at someone.
Right.
Like you can see the piss coming through his pants.
Yeah.
And out, and he goes, "Come on, give us a cuddle."
Yeah.
To this guy, he's like, "Oh, you're a fucking freak," and like runs away.
Yeah.
But he's just there like pissing and walking after this random man on the street.
Yes.
And everyone was like, "Oh, just he's I'm baffled as to the fact that he's a pest."
Yeah, but he was doing that, and literally the whole of the UK was like, "The boy's a star.
Good lads.
He's the star. He's charismatic, John. We must get him on every show we have."
And look how big the back of his hair is.
Yes.
He's amazing.
He's a talented young man. He can run and piss himself at the same time, Elizabeth. This is by God, this is the new Bernard Manning. We must have him on television immediately.
It's just, but they were just so fucked back then. It's such a fucked industry that they were like, he's so cool and talented that we just have to put him on every show at all costs. And everyone went, well, what about all the inappropriate things he does to all the female staff?
Shut up, Susan! You're fired, Susan!
But their actual solution was just to be like, well, we just won't have any female staff on the shows that he works on. And it's like,
he'll fuck the men too.
Yeah, he will. But also, so what? Your solution to someone being predatorial is
fire all the women. It's pretty.
It's just such a wild, like, I'll do it.
That'll do
such
it.
a roundabout way to solve
I'll tell
the
you how
problem.
we'll protect all the women. Take away their livelihood. Put them on the breadline,
That's like
where they have to become prostitutes to pay the rent. Come on, lads.
That's like those weird type of feminists that are like anti-stripping. They're like, oh, we should close these strip clubs, and I'm like, those women are making fucking bank.
They are making a load of money.
Let them fucking work.
Let them fucking work.
Let them do their art.
Let them get a few
now,
pounds.
this comes back to my laureate thing. Do you think they will have laureates for other types of art forms? Like there could be a stripper laureate one day. Could we pitch ourselves as the podcast laureates of the UK?
I would like to think that. Would that mean that we're king of the podcasters?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Adam Rowe would have us killed if we claimed that. You know what I mean? Because I feel if it was a Game of Thrones type thing and we were like, we are the kings, like, or the podcast, that's going to put a price on our head. What we would rather be is actually, I know you didn't watch Game of Thrones, but there's a guy called Littlefinger. We'd rather be like little conniving, manipulating elements.
Littlefinger.
Yes, little. He's the man who fingers his children with his little finger. Why did I say that? Why do I ruin everything?
Yeah, your improv really has. There's hard earned. Do you know what it is? There's like hard earned like grooves. In your improv mind, where like you know when you're ice skating and your blade just gets caught in somebody else's groove and you go whoop in that direction. Every time you like, I'm going to go into riffland and just goes fucking
asshole
kids,
cough,
fucking kids.
Yeah. I mean, if there's
we gotta work some more grooves into like poeticism and imagery. And stuff like that.
But if there's a Dispatch Channel 4 documentary made about me, like it will be just cutting little segments of this podcast.
Cut of this podcast.
Absolutely. Of me, and it'll be like Mike Rice in plain sight, in plain shite, maybe they might say, because of just my Mike Rice in plain shite. Just because of how just fucking like demonstrably filthy I was. But what I was going to say about so you were saying the strippers thing, Nobel laureate, because I was thinking there recently, because I've had a beef, and I've said it on this podcast, I've had a fucking roast beef with old men shagging young women. I don't like it. But then I just thought of it recently, right?
Wait, this is your personal beef?
This is one of my big beefs. I hate old men shagging young women.
Right.
It just fucking pisses me off.
Okay, well,
I don't like it, and leaves a nasty taste in my mouth of
leaves a nastier taste in their mouth.
Oh, what the hell? Very good. It does, yeah, because the old man's cum in their mouth, which tastes nasty. Isn't that what you're alluding to? Nah, you're a rotten little man. I just want, because when you do your little innuendo jokes, I'm going to spell out exactly what you're talking about. Because everyone thinks you're the nice little kind of fucking Durex puppy of this podcast, and I'm the dirty, big, rotten German Shepherd.
Are you saying that I think I'm the queen and you're the sorry people?
Yes. This is a very King Curtis situation. Biking is good for me.
You'll never see this face again.
Yeah. Bacon is good for me.
Chicken nuggets is my family.
God, what a great guy. We were talking about that the other day. If you haven't seen King Curtis, just look it up on YouTube. It's one of the greatest.
The only royal I'll ever respect.
Yeah, it's King Curtis. He is the greatest royal of all time.
She can't run them little high heels.
Yeah. It was so funny. And I don't know why, like, it was like, because it was like him and his dad was just such a blatantly, like, bad parent who was supporting all of King Curtis's mental ideas about chicken nuggets being his family. And his dad was just there. Yep.
Well, Curtis was a compelling speaker.
Curtis was actually, like, to be fair, Curtis was like, if Curtis wanted to capture the imagination of a nation and lead them into some sort of a genocidal behavior, he could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He
chicken nuggets is my family. Jews are not.
Yeah. Jews ain't. Chicken nuggets good. Jews bad. Jews are the opposite of chicken nuggets. And then everyone's just like, I agree. I don't know why, but
Jews thinks they're the king and we're the sorry people.
Bacon is good for me. Jews is bad for me.
Jews don't eat bacon.
Yeah, there you go. What more we need to know? That says it all right now. Anywho, I'm 8 years old. But so, if you met King Curtis, imagine his life now, being Curtis.
What's he up to, King Curtis?
Because this was about 14, 15 years
and
ago.
what
So
was
he's
the
about
show?
23 or 24.
Because I've seen the clip. Is it a Super Nanny or is it like...
It was this dumbass show where I think it was like it could have been wife swap.
Yeah, and quite a stern mother arrived in their house.
But I think it was as well.
Wife swap's a funny show.
Yeah, because you're sending a wife over to another family and they're sending their wife over to you. But this wife...
And you don't get to fuck them or anything.
Huh?
You don't get to fuck them or anything.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that I would like to know behind the scenes because I'd say King Curtis might have fucked her. Because he looked like he would... You could see a look in her eyes where she was kind of like... She was like... Because he was like, you're the queen, we're the sorry people. And she was kind of looking at him sternly, but then she kind of gave a little look of like... I'll be visiting you later tonight.
She had to keep the pretense up for the TV show that she was annoyed at him, but he's got an undeniable magnetism and charisma.
And also, he's like, I'm King Curtis. Like, he's the king.
Yeah.
He's the king of the household.
Yeah.
Right? Power is an aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
She was like, you could see there was times she was squirming to try keep her...
keep the bats in her foof.
The bats in her foof. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think you're on fire today, lad. I think this is you're doing really well. The bats. Just imagining her like I'm King Curtis. You're going, just like a fucking flock of bats flying out. Yeah. Did you say so bats? Did you say that because this is her woman cave? Is that a reference to that?
No, I meant like cricket bats, baseball bats.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Just like a cricket bat goes glung, 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 just out of her.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
I thought you meant bats, as in like Batman.
I did mean Batman.
Did you?
Bats.
Oh, fuck.
I was just trying to say silly words.
Yeah, we'll stop.
Don't interrogate it. Why are you interrogating my silly thing that I said?
I don't know. I'm never going to do it again. I'm never going to question your methods.
Just let it be funny. If I make you laugh, just keep going.
Yeah, but I was curious as to how. How did he do it this time?
You treat every time I say something funny as a crime against podcasting.
Yeah. I'm always like, what the hell? How'd you do that? Where'd you come up with that? What's going on here?
Who are you working for?
Who the fuck are you working for? But King Curtis now.
I'm checking my ear for like an earpiece.
Yeah.
As if it's the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
I was also thinking about this yesterday. Impractical Jokers, biggest show on TV, and it's like it really got in under the closing door of like even when they did the UK one, they did a UK Impractical Jokers. Did you know that?
No.
Paul McCaffrey. Yeah.
Really?
Roisin Kennedy.
I don't know her. That's a woman, is it?
Yeah,
I don't know her.
Marek Davis, I think that was his last name. But yeah, it's just so funny that the biggest show, like it is just three straight white guys palling around having fun.
Yeah,
and it's just like this is what people want to see.
Well, the Impractical Jokers,
guys being dudes.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's great.
I hear it's great though.
It's great. The UK one just didn't quite
make
track
people
in
laugh.
the same way. It just didn't have the, because they're all actually pals in the American one, and it felt like it was just kind of like put together. The UK one, it wasn't like a.
They were trying to assemble manufacture a boy band.
Yeah. It felt like One Direction.
Yeah.
Or like some kind of K-pop group. Paul McCaffrey's got the hair to be in a K-pop group.
Yeah, he does actually. Look up comedian Paul McCaffrey. He's got a little mod haircut.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He's so funny, man. He's at the Glad. He's the person who just like, he closed it one week and I was just looking like it was just nonsense.
Yeah.
Like there's the 30 people in that room and it sounded like it just like a packed theatre. It was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a great stand-up comedian.
It was just fucking ludicrous. I was completely blown away.
Yeah.
And seeing somebody like that good, who's done like arenas, like opening for like Kevin Bridges and all, performing to 30 people, it was just like,
yeah,
fuck this.
Yeah, I don't like that. And you're like, oh, he's better than me. Never book him again. Don't like that. Don't like that narrative. Fuck that.
Boo.
But what I was going to say to you is King Curtis now. So if you're like 24-year-old King Curtis, right?
I think that's how old he is, 24?
Yeah.
'Cause what year's Wife Swap? 2000?
I think 2009. I'm trying to think.
Oh, that's later than I thought.
When King Curtis, so that's about 14 years ago. I figure he was 9 at the time, 8 or 9, so he's probably like 23 now. So I'm thinking like, but like how many times is he just...
He was 6 in 2009, making him, what, 20 now?
29? He was 6 back then. He was
God, he was an eloquent 6-year-old.
He was a fucking charismatic 6-year-old. He was 6 and he was fucking, and he was shagging your one. Did I make that up in my head or did he actually shag your one in it? Can you look that up? Did I come up with that?
Don't make him Google this. Your search history.
No, don't say 6 years old as if I'm a fucking monster here. He was clearly above his years in every other way.
Your search history is going to be absolutely battered by this podcast.
He was a king.
Get it on incognito immediately.
He was a king. But
does it say, there must be a BuzzFeed Where's King Curtis Now article? Like there's no way there isn't that.
But I'd say, like, imagine all the free drugs and booze that lad would be given.
Oh, yeah.
Just like
he's never paid for chicken nuggets since.
No fucking way. No way, lad. He has just been swimming in nuggets. I say King Curtis is just fucking... He could be like the whale could have been about King Curtis.
He became Brendan. King Curtis grew up to be Brendan Fraser.
In the whale.
It's a little known fact.
Fuck. Is this King? King Curtis, let me have a look.
He's hunting.
Yeah, we could have predicted that.
The first picture we found is him killing a deer.
Him and a dead deer. Yeah, we should have been able to see that coming, shouldn't we?
Well, the thing is, the deer thought that she was the queen and he was the sorry people. So he just...
But also, like, it was only a matter of time before, because he was obviously meat obsessed. Like, all he could think about was chicken nuggets for his family. Bacon's good. Like, he was obsessed with meat.
And then he found out where meat came from and he was like,
he was just like, he's going straight to the source.
Yeah, he saw the ad, meat is murder, and he went, all right.
Yeah, sick. Good.
I'll do that then.
That's right.
I will murder then.
Wasn't it Morrissey who had that song? He had like, meat is murder or something. He had a song about it and everyone was like, yeah, we know we're killing it. Like, shut up.
Oh, did he? He's a weird guy, Morrissey, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's gone off the rails.
Has he? Was he on the rails? Was he before?
No, but he's like a mad, like England for the English guy now.
What?
Yeah.
But man, he said English Man, Irish Heart was a song of his. Because his heart is Irish.
Look up nasty things that Morrissey said.
He's an Irishman.
He's an Irishman.
He's
but
an old plonker from County Clare.
He hits the Bangladeshis and things such as this.
He does.
He hits foreigners.
The Albanian henchman.
And he was like a big anti-vax as well. All those old... Van Morrison lost the plot in the pandemic as well.
Yeah, but lad, is it not like... correct me if I'm wrong now, but is anti-vax not cool now?
Well, because Russell Brand's anti-vax?
Well, I mean, that didn't hurt its case. Rusty Brand. There's just a documentary about what allegedly was. He was shagging loads of women. So now I fucking... Imagine that's how, like, a lot of people took it, was a documentary about what a legend Russell Brand was. Where did he go wrong? He's a loser now with all his meditation. He used to be the king.
Where did it all go? They were expecting there to be like a second half to the documentary. Yeah. And then it took a turn for the nasty.
Yeah, just him doing ice baths and like interviewing Wim Hof, and they're like, it got very sad for us after that. He only shagged 50 people in 2016. Things hadn't gotten, and there's
really sincere voiceover. He only shagged 50 people in 2016. pussy numbers.
A huge drop in his pussy numbers also led to a drop. Also led to a drop in his retarded male following, and also led to a drop of his following of the thickest cunts in Britain.
Did you see? Did you see? Did you see the fucking? It's also the thickest cunts in America.
Yeah.
Did you see that he's globally lampooning thick cunts? Did you see the woman who was like, well, I went on a date with Russell Brand once and it was fine, and I said I didn't want to have sex with him, and he didn't rape me, so I don't believe these women. And I was like, what are you?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But yeah, but what you'd have to imagine, to be fair, and this is another thing they should have put in the documentary, he went on a date with someone that was clearly extremely mentally challenged. He went on a date with someone who had an IQ of 6.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're like, but he didn't touch me, never. And then that's the going, I'd never met Russell Brand, so I don't believe these women. I don't believe anyone's ever met Russell Brand, because I didn't meet Russell Brand.
Yeah. I met Jeffrey Dahmer one time. I was working in a hardware store, and he came in and he bought a saw and hammer and bleach from me, but he didn't murder me, didn't eat me, he didn't rape me, so I'm pretty sure that all this is hearsay. Yeah, I met Ted Bundy. He stopped at my petrol station and he filled his tank full of petrol, bought himself a couple of mints and some pornographic papers, which is not illegal, but he didn't so much as hurt a hair on my head. People saying he's a murderer. I know better than that.
Just some fucking Syrian idiot being like, Obama didn't bomb my wedding. It was a lovely day.
We had a lovely day. We are still married to this day. People say Obama bombs weddings. I know this not to be true. So you'd like to speak now.
Have you seen Tucker Carlson has been interviewing a crackhead that says that he...
Just the first sentence is enough. Tucker Carlson, because you know what I love about it is in Tucker Carlson, every interview he does, he just like has to. You can't believe anyone saying, like, if I said in an interview Tucker Carlson, I'd just be like, yeah, I took a shit yesterday. He'd be like,
yeah, with a stupid little bow tie.
He's like, right. And then he goes, he does this insane
the real
laugh
cackle,
when you say something like you say and Kamala Harris is she shits little refugee babies. Like if you just say anything like that supports his agenda, he thinks it's hilarious.
But he interviewed this crackhead who is convinced that Barack Obama was also a crackhead and that Barack Obama sucked his dick and that he could tell that it wasn't the first time he'd sucked a dick. Have you not seen this?
No.
It's fucking wild. And also it's just like, Barack Obama's not running for anything.
Yeah.
Why are you taking up crackheads to think that they fucked him? What it definitely is just a racist crackhead who got sucked off by a black man.
A black man. And I can imagine we just getting sucked off. And I just go, he's just like, Mr. President, like after he nuts in his mouth.
And this other crackhead's like, what are you talking about?
What you talking about? He's just like, get out of here, Obama. Get yourself out of here, Obama. You got what you came for, my jism. Now you get yourself right the hell out of here, Barack. You weren't even born in this country, Rocky Man's like, what the hell you saying, man? What the fuck you saying to me right now? It's just like, where's Michelle now? Obama just completely out of his mind.
Can we see each other again? Yes, we can.
Like I just think what's gas about it is just like, you're right, Obama is running for anything. It's not in any way a public interest story, but it's just like Tucker Carlson knows like his fucking demographic are going to be literally shoving their fucking automatic rifles up their assholes at this. Just I goddamn Obama was gay.
It's all the people that insist on calling him Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah. They always say his middle name and go like, you know who else was called that?
That's right. That's why what he would do is he would drone strike all the weddings in the Middle East whilst getting sucked off by a crackhead. by this little crackhead sucking them off. Of course, I mean, where does that end? They're doing crack in the Oval Office. They were bombing weddings, and he's black. Go figure.
Tell you what, I was speaking of fun interviews.
Yeah.
I listened to just because I think there's such a funny pairing. I listened to Theo Von interviewing Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Do you know what I've realized because they've done podcasts together a number of times.
They have, yeah.
And I've realized that they say a lot of the same things, but from very different like points of view. Like, do you know that Jordan Peterson does that thing where he's like, well, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
What do you mean by what? What do you mean by heaven?
Yeah.
What do you mean by Marxism? And but Theo Von asks the same questions, but he actually doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean by Marxism?
Yeah. What do you mean by that? Yeah. So when you say postmodern, what do you mean by that?
I was like, well, that's a good question.
That's a bloody good question. And, it's one we're certainly not going to solve overnight. And that's the question. Yeah, it is funny though, because obviously like Theo does know as well. Like it's just, Theo's playing a character.
I also think sometimes he doesn't know.
I think he's just but I think there's like a line of, and I mean that was a little bit of a thing with, I wonder how much of a thing that was with Brand, like, because his shtick became, I shag everyone,
yeah.
Right? And that became his
Shagger of the Year 3 years running.
And that's not something that we can just discount now.
Fuck your Edinburgh Comedy Award.
Absolutely. The guy won Shagger of the Year 3 years in a row. We're just going to forget that because some of the shags weren't technically above board.
It's like Pele counting his goals.
Yeah.
Some of them weren't like friendlies and stuff, and people are like, you can't fucking count them. It's like, they fucking count, right?
I love the fact that the reviewers of Shagger of the Year now have to, well, we're actually going to have to re-review 08, 09 and 010
like
because some of these shags, it seems, weren't technically.
It's like the Tour de France.
Yeah.
They're giving medals to people who weren't on drugs at the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, God. But I would say all the contestants are similar to the Tour de France. If you look back, all the contestants for Shagger of the Year,
yes,
I'd say some of them were fairly fucking sketchy.
Yeah.
Do you know, like they kept looking like Lance Armstrong got fucked because everybody was on drugs.
Yeah.
But he won.
That's right.
And therefore they checked him. And then but the guy who was doing the investigation started checking through everybody, and he just stopped.
I think the guy doing the investigation was doped out of his mind.
Yeah, he was just there doing on a spin bike. But like everybody was on, and the guy was like, I just had to stop, otherwise cycling would have ended.
Yeah.
Nobody would have been allowed on a bike ever again.
But that's right. But I remember I read an article about I think it's like the Swiss cycling team this is back when I was in college, and it was like they're all like put on like they, when they get on certain teams, like they're all kind of administered a doctor, and they're the ones that talk to them about, hey, this is how we're gonna give you these drugs that you can get away with, and if you don't do the drugs, you might as well just fucking go work in Lidl. Like.
That's every single elite sport ever. I had my mate's dad was like a triple jumper, and then he got like recruited for Team GB, and they were like, okay, here's, and he was like, oh no, I'm not gonna do that, and they were like, well, then you're not gonna be on the team.
Then you're gonna fucking lose. And stop wasting my time, bomb.
Speaking of, because the Rugby World Cup's on right now, and they are just like, I was talking to John Maher about like.
No, I know, and this is actually not in any way a joke. I read an article that I also wrote about the Irish rugby team are all actually pedos.
They're good lads.
I hope they do a documentary about those.
They're good lads with kind hearts and big thighs.
No, they're not. What about Paddy Jackson? Oh, he's a good lad, is he?
He's not on the Irish rugby team. He's on the Irish rugby team.
Yeah, but not from fucking lack of trying. They'd love to have him back.
Yeah, he was a big Russell Brand fan, wasn't he?
He absolutely was. Yeah, he had 17 copies of my bookie book. His room was just absolutely. That was one of the details in the case. Was just he didn't actually have a bed. It was just he lied on top of 27 different copies of my bookie book.
Paddy Jackson's autobiography, my scrummy one.
My Bollywall. Oh fuck! But anyway, sorry, the Irish raping team. You were saying
you have an anger towards rugby players.
no, I hate them.
You're jealous of their thighs, I think.
I'm not judging their thighs. I don't know if you've seen comments on things on the internet. I've got fucking sick pair of pins on me.
Did you ever try and play rugby and it didn't go well?
No, lad, it's fucking Protestant sports. No, what? Do you think I'm going to openly be a turncoat like you?
This is fucking free staters.
What?
You don't understand the importance of integration.
The integrate? Lad, you fucking drank the soup. Look at the head in you. Look at him over there, Connell. He's drank the soup as well.
Never played rugby.
Ah, Connell boy! Good man. The wind that shakes the Connell. Look at him over there. There's a fucking good man. There's a man who would have died in 1916. You would have been fucking whispering secrets in Dublin Castle, ratting Michael Collins out. You dirty little bastard. Yeah. Wouldn't you? Because you would have been Pádraig Pearse, the leader in 1916. He was a poet, and you would have been also a shitter poet, and you would have been back there,
poets.
and you would have been ratting him out.
Speaking of Irish revolutionary poetry, I think
fuck you.
I think because of all the other great stuff that he did, that Bobby Sands' poems are overrated.
They're overrated.
Yeah,
They're dog shit, are they?
they're not great.
Yeah, but you think of it now. He wasn't exactly like if you look at Bobby Sands or you like listen to him speak, you're not going to be like, oh, this is going to be good crack now. This poem, is it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a dour individual.
Yeah.
And look, listen, King Bobby, sick what he did.
Incredible man,
Yeah.
incredible historical figure.
No better man to turn down a burger, but saying that. No better man.
Some people are gonna hate this.
No better.
People get so touchy about this.
No better man to throw a garlic cheese chip in the bin, but still,
Fucking
It
talk
doesn't-
about intermittent fasting.
yeah. But like, yeah, he did. He took that too far. But this has been disrespectful. I'm a massive fan of Bobby Sands.
I'm just
as a
saying
hero.
the poems are bad,
Yeah, right. But
and
like,
they get like hailed as like good poems.
but I
And I kind of go like, it's that thing of like we don't have to like his poems for him to have been like a good guy.
yeah, but while he was alive, like, do you know what I'm saying is this, right? So he's there in bed and he's literally fading away for the cause of
Irish
getting the prisoners
freedom, yeah.
recognized as political prisoners, and he's there and fucking rotting out that witch Thatcher is fucking, shoving a
Crime is crime.
Yeah, if ever anyone should have been burnt at the stake Joan of Arc style, it was fucking Thatcher.
Yeah.
But so anyway,
Give Russell Brand a rattle at Thatcher. That's
I'd
what
say
I reckon.
If one of the people was Thatcher in the thing, I think everyone would have forgave him. if one of the,
Thatcher was a runner on Big Brother's Big
Yeah.
Mouth.
that's what she did in her later years. She tried to get into the shite TV industry, to the dog shit TV industry. But I think what you're saying is, so like Bobby Sands poetry shit. So when he was like,
If you tried to execute Thatcher at the stake, she would say, "The lady is not for burning."
yeah. And we'd be like, no, you're
Yeah. You can say that, but like, yeah, you're gonna die.
Yeah. Here's an old cup of petrol for you, Maggie. But so you're saying that, so the poetry shit, so he's there kind of dying, wasting away for the cause, just unbelievable conviction, and he's there then with just a little bit of strength he has, penning a little poem, and then he'd like hand it to you, and you'd just be like, lad, I know this is not the time, but that is shit. But that is just genuinely, I know that you're nearly dead and everything, and it's great what you're doing, but that's just like objectively, that's a shit poem.
I'll punch it up for
You know what I mean?
I'll punch it up for you.
I'm not going to fucking...
Although some of them do rhyme, you would probably like them.
He has a couple that rhyme.
I think so.
Well, that makes it better than every poem you've written. Because you don't have any rhymes in there. I know I was kind of messed about this earlier, but I'm not joking about the fact that if the poem doesn't rhyme, then it's a shit poem. You've not done the first thing that a poem...
I think most of Bobby Sands' poems rhyme.
Well, then he's a fucking good poet, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he
at least doing poetry.
immediately goes above, like, because I think that all these like people like you and all these other fucking dickheads are like, I'm actually going to do meaningful poetry. Think it's like it's going to be more effective if it doesn't rhyme. That'll mean it has more substance. No, just means that you haven't done the thing that requires talent, which is to rhyme something and have it mean something. Yeah. You fucking punk ass bitch.
No, do we have any loops that need closed? I feel like we have a lot of open tabs.
Probably
as
opened
always.
a lot of tabs there.
We were talking about rugby. I think we'll continue talking about rugby on
but
the
what
Patreon.
what time are we on?
54.
Oh no, we'll keep
time to
talking
land
about
the
rugby.
plane.
So anyway, the Irish.
They're good lads. They're sweet boys. Lots of them have kind eyes. One of them follows me on Instagram.
Which one?
James Ryan.
Pedo.
No.
Big.
He looks like the biggest Who from Whoville. Have you seen what James Ryan looks like?
No.
Do you know Whoville?
No.
From The Grinch.
With Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
No.
What?
No, I actually have never seen it. Would you believe?
They have these little kind of like pointy-nosed people. And James Ryan is like 6'8", but he looks like one of the tiny little people from Whoville.
Well, he's got a pointy nose on him.
He's got a little like Who face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. So he's ugly.
No.
What? He is obviously
He's
ugly.
just got as much kinder face than like. It's funny. Some have like quite sweet faces, but they are like enormous men.
Like Tom Spurlong.
I was talking about like the.
Tom Spurlong is genuinely.
He doesn't have a kind face.
Huh?
No. He doesn't have a kind
No, he's
face.
a fucking ogre. He's an evil, bile-filled, fat cunt.
I like
No
rugby
offense
too much for the
to
amount
him.
of shade you throw at the Irish rugby team. I would love to be pals with these men, and you are ruining it for me.
If they won, and genuinely, like if Ireland
Won the
the
Rugby
World
World
Cup,
Cup.
I'd get sick. I couldn't
You
be.
wouldn't be pleased for the boys.
Absolutely not.
Those hardworking young men.
Huh? Absolutely not. I don't feel represented by them in the slightest. I feel like they're all privately educated. Not that there's nothing wrong with being privately educated, but they're all demonstrable. Like for the majority, there's probably like if you did like
The 22-man squad.
yeah. So there's probably out of that statistically one of them probably talks to their mother regularly. Do you know what I mean? These are nasty characters out for themselves, right?
Oh, they're good boys.
They're posh.
They're good boys.
They're posh.
And they deserve a fair shake.
Rotten rapers.
I just think you were too scared to play rugby.
What?
You were too scared to play
yeah,
rugby.
because I was afraid of getting raped. You went in there looking for it with your little tight shorts on. Oh, I
you were
hope
just
no
scared.
one.
You were too busy playing hurling like a girl.
You like a
You
girl.
played camogie. That's how gay you are.
Yeah, do you know why? That wouldn't be gay. Playing with the girls, that'd be super straight. That'd be brand level. Fucking king. What? I must state that I think Russell Brand, what he did was bad, because I think at some point I'll have to make that clear. Yeah, that is really bad. Yeah. But I guess this is a comedy podcast, and we
say things that we don't
We're not
mean.
giving our serious opinions on things, because that'd be shit.
A pal of mine who isn't a comedian was like, "Do you think you're gonna like put out a statement about the Russell Brand thing?" And I was like, "I just don't see the massive benefit in me tweeting. I think that rape is bad."
Yeah, but you do think to make a special about I think racism is bad.
That's not what it's about.
A whole special.
It's about funny jokes.
That's the point.
It's about funny jokes.
Yeah, but why didn't
Funny jokes and finding your self-esteem from within.
Racism's bad. Anyway, well done. He lifted the lid off of that. This investigative reporter that is Vittorio Angelone.
Yeah, if I ran dispatches on Channel 4, I'd be like, we've done some digging and we found out that racism's bad.
And you shouldn't hit women.
In plain white.
Yeah. But what I was going to say to you about, so they thought you should put out a statement.
Well, they just asked, and I was like, I just don't see that. And they were like, yeah, you're probably right. It's just whatever. But did you see somebody actually? We'll talk about this in the Patreon because it's about comedy stuff. But and I shouldn't say it publicly. We'll talk about it on the Patreon. But I think you'd love rugby if you played it.
No, lad. I think the sport itself, and I'll be honest now. During the Bod era of.
But he's a Blackrock boy.
Rugby. Yeah,
he should be everything you hate about it.
No, and he should be everything I hate. But I think Bod, and I'll say this right now, I think Bod, he would go to GAA games. He was just a more salt of the earth Blackrock person.
He tweeted me once.
And see, this is what I'm saying. He'll like tweet people to have whatever you have. Do you know what I mean? He's a kind guy. He's a good fella. He'll talk to people who, like, you know, have, I want to say Down syndrome, but I won't.
Up syndrome, maybe.
Up syndrome. But so he's a good guy, and I could get behind that team because they had, like, you know, they just had more kind of monster people. John Hayes was there, sure. He was just a, you know,
an oaf.
He's a farmer. He was living on a farm. He was coming in.
But Rory Best was living on a farm, you know.
But listen, Best.
Have you not seen Peter O'Mahony's TikTok?
No.
He's gardening like fuck.
Yeah, but gardening. This is the problem.
No, but it's so cute. He's like planting seeds and grass and like plowing.
Rape seeds. Rapeseed oil. You can't tell me that wasn't good, because I know it was good. I know it was really good. Thank you. Beep. Up. This has been... Did you ever see at the end of Inglourious Bastards when Brad Pitt gets a knife and he like puts a Nazi sign on Christopher Waltz's head?
Yeah.
And then he says, I think this is my masterpiece.
Yeah. This has been real vintage Guide to Parenting, I think.
But I think this will go down because of the amount of times I've said rape. I think this will go down as our masterpiece. Or this is absolutely going to be used. I have thought about this, and it's such a good thing that no one's ever going to give me a job anyway in anything, because it would just be so easy to take away everything.
Oh yeah. Especially because, like, there's just I think we're trying to make it dead easy. Ed Sheeran said that about having like visible tattoos. He was like, I just didn't want to have a plan B. Like, I wanted to be like basically unemployable.
Yeah.
In anything other than like the arts and doing what I want to do. And I think we're just like salting the earth behind us so we can never go back to the real world.
Yeah, like you want to do Taskmaster. I'm not going to let you do that. No way. I'll send the videos in myself. I'll do a supercut myself. I don't want you on there solving tasks. Fuck that. What time are we on, Connell? 102.
That'll do. Let's plug
Fucking
anything we need to
nice.
plug. My tour dates, I think, will be on sale if this is out roughly end of September, or at least very, very soon. I'm going all around the UK and Ireland, and doing my best to go to lots of places that I didn't go last time. So check it out. Buy tickets quickly. Thank you. You're also on tour soon.
I'm going to be on tour soon. The tour will be out in the next probably 3 weeks. I'm going to have my special is going to be out in the next 2 weeks. I'll have an exact date. Soon on that. Maybe it'll
be on this feed.
Sunday. Huh?
I'll be on this feed. It'll be on this YouTube channel.
Goddamn channel.
Nice.
For you guys. Because I love you. He doesn't care about you. He did it on his own channel. The pig. Looking for his own success. I did it for you. The people that I love. That love me and that are indifferent towards him. Okay? So that and Barcelona. I'm doing 29th. I'm doing a solo show in Barcelona. So if you're from there, come by and I don't know, bring me something. And anything else?
No. Watch my special, write some nice comments underneath it, all that stuff. Keep it rolling.
But also be funny if you wrote something nasty. Just fun, like just for fun. Wouldn't it?
If you could comment like, thank you so much, I've just realised that racism is bad.
Yeah, that'd be good as well. That'd be really funny.
Right, patreon.com/parenting. Bye.
Bye.